I had a friend in India who gave me a present, and it was this rose quartz. Okay, and she sent me this. It was in my drawer for some time. I don't know why. I had honestly forgotten about it. But yesterday, I don't know. I just woke up and I went straight to the drawer and I got it. And she had sent me this note with it, which says, "This stone will open your heart chakra to every kind of love that you need: self-love, family love, friendship love, or a romantic kind. Negativity which you have been holding on to will flow out as pure thoughts of pure love." So I just wanted to share it because I just found this crystal in my house, which has been with me for 2 years, and I didn't know it was there.
And now you
And I
know that rose
and no
quartz do
yeah,
all what is there.
and I woke up and I just went to the drawer and I picked it up. It was just one of those callings.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That comes back in the right moment, you know?
Yeah, literally. I'd forgotten about it.
Exactly. Great, because I think that now you're going to have a different relationship with it.
Yes, I feel that way too.
Exactly. Great.
I
That is
feel.
amazing. Priyanka, you're here. Great. Okay, so let's start. Let's start doing like a short attunement. Do you have your crystal with you? Angie is also trying
Yes.
to
I'm just
connect.
to come in.
Yes.
I'm so
This looks awesome, Adri. It feels like we are outdoor.
Like we are, huh? And wait until we put the other view. For the meditation, we can put Sumi's idea. Um, can I don't know. Ali left. Could she be helping out Angie, just to know if she can join as well? We are on Skype.
Adri,
Yes.
I need to be absent for about 10 minutes. Somebody is coming in. I've got to go. I've got problems with the generator, the electricity, etc. So I've got lots of people coming in and out, and they're calling me now. So I'll leave it on and I'll be back in a minute, okay? Sorry.
Okay, Ali, don't worry. Yes. If not, it's going to be in the recording. I just would like Angie to join. She already has the link.
Yes, I sent her the link.
Yes, thank you. Just let's give her 2 more minutes then for the presentation. I'll be quick, just not to. What are you saying, Maria? You're muted.
Yes, why did people stop using Skype? It seems to be good.
It seems to be good. Yes. Sometimes it's fashion. Like Zoom is a very easy platform. I think that Skype has adapt this to a different things because Skype it wasn't like this.
Okay.
I can see her anything suddenly. I can't see her. Sumi, so you can't see us? Okay, what happened? Have you pressed something? Mm, but she logged off. Sumi logged off. Okay. Priyanka's back. Could it be the that what can happen? I'm not sure. Is it something that we press or is it that maybe the platform logs us off? Mhm. Do you have the plans, your home plans with you?
I don't have the plans, but I made one.
Great. Yes, exactly. As long as you have it drawn or something, it will
Yes.
work.
Sorry, I missed it. Do we need to have some plans around us?
Yes, the idea is that you draw the spaces of your home because what we
Okay.
are going to apply today is how to use crystals to harmonize spaces.
Okay.
So how can you do it in your room, in your apartment, in your house, in your office, any place that you would like to harmonize or clean and activate, let's say activate the chakras of the space. That's what we're going to do with the crystals today.
Okay. I'll get a plant.
Okay, yes. Sumi, can you hear
Yeah,
us?
I'm finally back.
You're back. Okay. I can't see you, but you're back.
Yeah, I don't know. I just got logged off.
Very strange. Yes, very
Yeah.
strange. Okay. Bueno. So let's go to meditate outside. I love this. um, Now we're missing Ali and Rosie just came in. Wonderful. And Angie. Just let's see. Okay. I'm giving a quick call to Angie. Have your crystal ready because we're going to need it for the meditation. Just to start. Hola, Rosie.
Hola.
Welcome.
I have a lot of time that I don't use this Skype.
I know it's hard. We're just trying to see how it goes.
Yes.
Okay, Angie's not answering. Okay, so I'm going to ask to if you can please mute yourselves only for the meditation. Great, thank you. So you just close your eye, hold the crystal in your hands for a moment. Start breathing. Let's settle the collective intention of tune in with our crystals with the energy of the elementals today. With these beautiful beings. Let's establish a connection, a relationship based on respect, of love, and with an open mind. Let's invite the force of the elements, the force of the different cardinal points of the four directions. Wind, fire, water, earth, and ether in the field of all possibilities. To learn not only how to master the energy in our body, but also in the environment around us. And we will do it for our highest good, the highest good of our family, and the highest good of the world. So we thank the union of all the elements, of all the beings of the elemental kingdom, the help of our spiritual guides, and we thank ourselves because we have been listening our intuition and we are prepared to learn, to take this knowledge with us forever and always. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So take a deep breath. Feel your crystal. And feel your crystal not only with your touch, but also with all your senses. If you want to look at it, if you want to listen it, if you want to smell it, whatever you want to do with it, just connect a little bit deeper with it before we break the atmosphere of meditation. And please put your crystal in a place that is going to be touching your skin during this session. Great. So let's start. Okay. Just let me see. Do you see what I am projecting? Do you see my PowerPoint presentation?
Yes.
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 Okay,
Yes.
perfect. So I was finishing explaining the different crystals. We end up with the heart chakra, and let's continue with the throat chakra. Okay, so for the throat chakra, I selected turquoise, lapis lazuli, and aquamarine. Turquoise is a very easy crystal in the sense that we can find it in most of the countries. It has copper and it has aluminum, so it is also very conductive. It vibrates with fortune and with peace. It helps a lot with the communication, and not only communication with everything, but also with nature. It helps us to open our mind to different things. We have also in the emotional aspects, it balances, it calms, it suits the mood, it prepares to face different changes, different challenges. It fosters the friendship, especially in women. It helps to help us to be professionals because sometimes we have limitations in the way that we express ourselves, especially because we are mostly emotional. So we don't know how to express ourselves in the best way. And turquoise is a stone that can help us for that. It helps also the well-being in general and joy, and brings joy. So it's a very easygoing stone that brings like a lot of benefits, and we work with it around the throat chakra. The throat chakra, remember, is also one of the centers of creation, no, with the word. So it will also give us strength. In the mental level, we are going to see that it helps us to be wise, equanimous, request experiences and memories. We're going to rescue those memories and those experiences from the past in order to heal. And it's a stone that gives us, in the physical aspect, vitality, strength. It is also used to reduce inflammation, to strengthen the immune system, the thyroid, the endocrine system, the heart, intestines, throat, and lungs. All the neck, the chest area. Okay? For example, if you put it in water, in boiling water, it is going to help a lot to open all the, let's say, the breathing tracts. It's going to help for that as well. The Lapis Lazuli has sodium and aluminum, and this is a stone, this is a sacred stone in most of the cultures. It has a pyrite with it, or it can also have sometimes a little bit of gold. It is a stone for initiation. This one not only works in the throat chakra, but also in the third eye. And in the spiritual level, it is going to transcend the ego. It's going to allow you to see yourself from an outer perspective or from a wider perspective, so you can recognize what is from the ego and what is from your supreme being. It connects with God. It helps you to have visions or to have thoughts or emotions that are from the supreme, from the higher self. It expands your consciousness. It helps for self-discovery. It helps also to develop your psychic talents. It is a stone that, in the spiritual level, opens a lot of layers. In the emotional aspect, it calms the depression. It helps with to smooth the relationships. And in the mental level, it helps with no judgment, which means to have really discernment. Also with the ability to calm the mind and to meditate, to awake, to use the intellect for good and for your creativity. It connects you, you wear it in the throat, but it opens your crown chakra, basically. In the endocrine system, it helps also with the pineal gland, the throat area, hoarseness, for example, at night. You can put it in your pillow or you can just drink the water. And it helps with the skin discharge in general. The aquamarine. The aquamarine has also aluminium. So both these three stones are very strong or special. The three of them have metals, as you can see. So they are very powerful. And aquamarine is tranquility. If you want to be in peace, it helps you to really calm down the mood. It's like if you're looking to the sea or to a beautiful lake. It helps, it brings peace, tolerance, clairvoyance, mysticism. In terms of emotions, it balances your emotions. It calms nerves. It helps with tumors and with phobias. In the mental aspect, it gives mental clarity, communication. It removes mental blocks. It protects from auditory and visual contamination. For example, if you are in a place that it is bombarding you with a lot of media, lights, colors, and all that, and you come back like very stressed, so this is a wonderful stone to meditate with or just to relax with. And with everything that doesn't let you concentrate, it brings you back to the point where you want to be, to the present moment. And at the end, we have how it works physically with the throat, with the thymus, with the nervous system, when your eyes are tired in general, with the eyes. Then we have the third eye. Here I just selected two, sapphire and amethyst, but remember that you can use also lapis lazuli. Sapphire. It helps with everything that has to do with intellectual processes, everything that has to do with reconnecting neurons, to actually activate different neuron paths in your brain, to use different parts of your brain. In the spiritual level, it puts you back on track with your mission. So it's like, okay, this is not the, it helps you to reconnect with your purpose, basically. It guides you, it gives you faith, it gives you devotion, inspiration. It also gives you visions, which means that gives you like thoughts and images of where to go. Emotionally, it brings the sympathetic system basically closer and moves the unpleasant things away. The sympathetic, sorry, brings the sympathetic things, o sea, like the things that are nice for you closer and moves the unpleasant. But at the same time, it works in the sympathetic system because in the parasympathetic system, because it helps you to move and to act everything that has to do with the unconscious as well. In the mental level, it gives you discipline, self-reliance, self-control, clarity, works mainly on the mental body. And in the physical level, with the throat, with the neck, with the eyes area, headaches, dizziness, cardiovascular system, neuralgia. So it is a stone that is going to help us out basically in the mental aspect, to remove the blockages and to have clarity of our life purpose. The amethyst is a stone that has iron, and it is the stone of transmutation, of spirituality. This stone brings us peace, enhances the intuition, the psychic abilities, the visions, the telepathy, the extrasensory abilities. It helps to communicate with other dimensions, let's say. It purifies the aura. So if you see, most of the persons that work with spirituality have amethysts. In the emotional level, it gives us peace, tranquility. It helps us to be more patient, more tolerant, emanates peace and love, basically. In the mental level, it clarifies the ideas, it gives you a lot of inspiration, it helps you to remember your dreams, it guards you of nightmares and develops the intellect as well. And it is going to help you with the headaches. That's very good. Just put the amethyst here or in both of the tones for a while. It's going to help. Combat boils, swollen legs, lymphatic blockages, blood pressure, because it has iron. It's going to help with that as well. So these two are the stones that I selected for the third eye. You don't have to buy a very expensive sapphire. Maybe you can have something that it is not as expensive, because remember that what it is important is the chemical composition to work. And for the crown chakra, I selected these three, which are the rock quartz, the normal, translucent, transparent quartz that you find everywhere, the diamond, and the selenite. The rock quartz is only silica without any other thing. What it does is amplifies any type of vibration. For example, it is going to amplify your aura when you use it or when you wear it. In the spiritual level, it is going to cleanse, to purify. It helps you with clairvoyance, with expansion of consciousness, amplifies the energy of any of the chakras. It helps with communication with also different realms, different dimensions, to elevate your thoughts, to have higher thoughts, for example. It helps you with the meditations. It helps you to receive, store, and transmit light or information or anything that you need to receive at that given moment. In the emotional level, it helps with harmony, amplifies emotions and feelings. And in the mental level, it can bring you back memories to heal, or it basically clears your mind. So if you meditate with a crystal clear quartz, it's going to help you to have, for a moment, a stillness in your mind. It helps a lot for that. In the physical level, it works with all the endocrine system. It means that it works with all your chakras. It also works very well with your immune system, with congestion, with cardiovascular problems, with respiratory problems, with lymphatic problems. It protects against radiation, and it helps you to heal in general. So this is, I was saying, like the comedy, like something that you can use for whatever you want. Okay, remember that when the light passes through it, you have the rainbow. So it
I think
works with the
that,
frequencies.
sorry, Adri. So I would imagine that because of what it says there, these the crystal, the quartz, can also help you with regressions.
It also helps you with regression, yes.
Because, yeah, brings back memories and clears the mind. It seems to cover that. That's quite
Exactly.
interesting to know. Yeah.
So you can work for regressions and for hypnosis. You can work with crystal clears or with turquoise. Turquoise also brings back memories. Also, we have the diamond. The diamond is only carbon. The diamond is going to connect very well with our bones. Remember that our bones are also crystals, that they are also made of carbon, and that they are storing a lot of information from the moment that we're born and from the memory of our lineage, the things that we come with in our DNA. So it's going to help us like reprogramming or cleaning like the past lives or the karma of our family lineage. Eh, it the diamond represents perfection. So it's basically coming back to perfection, the energy that it emanates. In spiritual, and yes, it's perfection and hardness as well. So something that it is very strong. In the spiritual level, it helps us to meditate. It removes the blockages of negative energies. It is also working as an amulet, like to prevent external energies to come to us. It transmits energy. For example, if you are wearing your diamond, if you have a diamond from when you were from your wedding, and you wear your diamond, whatever energy you feel, whatever feeling or emotion you have, it's going to be expressed wider. Other people are going to feel it stronger. Uh, it helps you to connect with God and allow you to see your inner beauty. So wearing the diamond for a long period creates like an auric field around you, helps you to, um, restore the perfect shape of your aura. And you don't have to get a very expensive diamond. Only with a Herkimer diamond, remember that are those that have impurities, you can obtain all these benefits. Or if you have your wedding diamond and you just program it for healing or for establish the perfection in your energetic body, and you wear it for a period of time, for example, wear it during 1 month or something with that idea. In the emotional level, it is going to make strong transformations in yourself. It is going to protect you from other emotions. It gives tenacity, love, and happiness. In the mental level, it helps to reprogram negative thoughts and to protect and clear negative thoughts. Basically, it cleans the mind. Um, in the physical level, it also helps to transform. For example, if you are trying to have a healthier way of life, So it is going to help you. It's going to clean the blood. Its constant use prevent any disease and gives you a lot of vital energy.
I do
And
have
I
a question.
yes, tell
I
me.
think both the stone, the rock quartz and selenite, looks very same, similar to me. So how can I differentiate between these two stones, these two
No,
crystals?
they are completely different if you have it in front of yourself. Maybe this picture doesn't help me out a lot, but the selenite is a stone that it comes like in bars, like if you see bars and layers.
Okay,
The
like bricks kinds of bars.
exactly like one brick that is like a little bit is it's in circle, but it has like bars as well, and then another layer and another layer, and this is let's say that it can be a little bit translucent like the rose quartz, but the rose quartz with the manganese, you cannot really see through it. Light can pass, but it's difficult to see through it. Meanwhile, with the selenite, it looks like liquid, like something liquid. And if you wash, for example, the selenite, it is going to start dissolving. That's why it is not
Oh,
recommended
really?
to, yes, if you
If,
put it in
if
water,
you put in water, it will start dissolving.
exactly, like a soap, like it becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, and you can lose your crystal basically. So we cannot leave it in water, for example. Uh, for me, looking to the selenite is very beautiful. I don't know if you remember, I used to have a lamp of selenite in the place at South Africa, at the entrance. No,
No, I don't
ne-
remember.
the selenite is it's a crystal that works with the divine. It's a crystal that actually works in our higher chakras, not only in the crown chakra, but like in the other chakras that we have in different dimensions. It basically helps with spiritual growth.
Yeah, I was just
Eh,
going to mention, sorry, Adria, that I have read the selenite does help you with the other three chakras that we have, the superior chakras, right?
yes,
To,
right.
yeah.
It is something working with it. It is very subtle. It's very high frequency. The experiences are things that you cannot really share because it's absolutely personal, but it makes you feel very good. That's how it
Okay.
works.
And the
So you
one you
have like
have, the round one, is rose quartz,
the one that I'm working with
rock quartz. The round one that you.
that I have is no, it's not rose quartz. It's amethyst. Are you with me?
Yeah, I think now I can see you, Adri.
You can or you cannot.
I can now. I can hear you now.
It's because I think I stopped sharing, so I need to go back and show. I need to go back here, okay, and start sharing the screen again. Yes. Um, just let me see. So yes, I was explaining that the selenite is something that helps you with to have divine instance. You can see my screen?
Yes.
You can see my screen. Okay. What happened? Because before I was able to see my screen and to see you, and now switch screen or window. Switch window. Let's give it more time. So the selenite helps you to have like divine moments. Is like in you can really have very nice experiences with it. That's basically how it's going to work.
Okay.
Mm,
And
it
Adri,
connects.
the one you have, the round one, that is rose, that is rock quartz, or some other stone? The one you.
This one? The one that I'm holding in my hand, can you see?
She's freezing.
Yeah.
I'm frozen.
No, I'm back, Arjun.
Okay, this one?
Yes.
This one is Amethyst.
Okay.
It's the purple one. Maybe because of the light it's not easy to see, but it is the purple one.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Priyanka, can you see me?
No, no, Rose. We can't see
No.
you.
No.
I
Okay,
can't see you. I can only see Adri, Ali, and Barbara.
Okay.
Yes, okay. Because I want to show you a quartz, rose quartz. That's why, but you can see me. Okay.
We can't.
I have a rose quartz that Adri just did.
Voila.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now after we just finished the explanation of some of the crystals, but Maria did very good sharing with us an app, or you can Google, because there is many types of crystals that can help you. And maybe you're attracted to another crystal, no? For example, to the dragon blood crystal that it is very common in South Africa. It's a green crystal that has like little red dots or red um, spots. And that, for example, if you feel attracted to that, that is going to help you with your family, with everything that has to do relatives of blood. So whatever you feel attracted to, just say, oh, I like this crystal. It's possible that it would like to work with me, that I resonate in a frequency with it for a reason, and just try to look for what it means, because maybe that is what you need in that particular moment. If you have any crystal that calls your attention, that is maybe not any of the ones that I just introduced here. And that's how you start getting to know different crystals, the different aspects in which they work. And yes, and basically what you have to do is hold it in your hands, know it, acknowledge it, and maybe have it on your skin for 20 minutes. So let me share my screen again. Switch screen or window. Okay. Switch screen or window again. Switch window. Now let's prepare the planes, the home planes. So I just want to share something here in the presentation, and it is that there is a massive movement with crystals. There was, after the Second World War, a very big impact in our planet with the radiation of the atomic bomb that fell down in Japan, remember? So many spiritual leaders, for example, like Kesha Crowther, who is also called Little Grandmother, maybe that it is inviting the people to program the crystal for healing the earth and throw it in the waters of whatever part of the world you are. What is the idea? To clean the waters, to restore the balance of all the water bodies in the planet, and to end up with the radioactivity of the Sea of Japan. Especially if you do it with amethyst. You can do it with any crystal, but if you do it with amethyst, it's going to be much better. It has been proven that, for example, programming those crystals around the water after 1 month, it really eliminates the radioactivity. But the portion, as you see in this picture of Google Earth, of radiation in the water is huge. So it really needs a lot of crystals in order to be healed in a natural way. plus many other contamination and things that the waters in our earth has. So throwing crystals to the water, if they are programmed for healing the water, for reestablish the balance and all that, is going to be very useful. So I invite you to do it. Now let's go to the Feng Shui. So here you have the Feng Shui system, and I chose this because we're going to work with the 5 elements that you already know because of the Reiki lessons. So if you remember, we have this cycle, the creation cycle, which is where we have wood, and the wood gives life to the fire, and the fire becomes ashes that gives life to the earth, and earth within it has a lot of metals or has a lot of elements because these elements are grown inside the earth, inside the mountains, inside under the soil. And these metal and these electrolytes that we have here, or elements, are going to give life to the water. It's the energy inside the water. And the water is also going to give life back to the wood. Any movement different than this one in this cycle is going to alter the balance. That is very important that we have in mind. So for example, I cannot move the fire to the wood, because what is going to happen is that I'm going to burn the wood. The wood is going to damage the water. The water is going to eat the metals, robinate them. The metal is going to damage and acidify the earth, and the earth is going to spend off the fire. So definitely we cannot go backwards because it's going to be killing each of the elements. And I cannot jump, for example. I cannot go from the wood to the earth because this is like the grandmother, you know, and this cycle is going to be abusive. So the only way that this works is this one: water feeding wood, wood feeding fire, fire feeding earth, and earth feeding metal. This is the only way that the cycle works. So the Feng Shui is an ancient Chinese science or method of moving the energy, of studying the energy. It was studied for millennials. It could be a little bit difficult to use it today because it was very connected with nature. But it doesn't matter. We still can use it. For example, here is the representation of the animals and of a house. If you were going to choose a house, then you go to a field and you see if, for example, in front of you you have nice soil, and if the soil was productive, and if in front of the soil you have like those water rivers, or like these water channels that was going to give you life in your field, and then you decide that you build your home there, and you're looking for the home to have at the back a mountain, and that is why this is representative with a turtle. And then you look your neighbors, and you're looking that to your right you have a dragon. If you stand up in front of your home, you're looking that at the right there is a dragon. What does the dragon represent? Well, somebody that is big, that it is that has everything, like if my neighbor can have everything, it means that I can also have everything in this place, that it is abundant, that is wise. And in the other side, a tiger. The tiger represents a little bit of aggression, and it is a very strong animal. So the tiger is something that gives me inspiration, but at the same time I need to be like careful with. So the presence of the tiger around your home means that you have a place or a neighbor there that pushes you, because the tiger is always ahead. So it gives you inspiration to move, not to stay in the same place, but at the same time be careful with it, because too much of that can be dangerous. The phoenix in front represents those fields, that product of your labor that usually was near your home. And actually, with the quarantine, we're going back to work from home, many. So the idea is to balance all the energies. Now it's very difficult in an apartment or in a house that we can have like the mountain behind and the water flow around, but there are ways of balancing all the elements in our homes. The thing, the most important is that we have a clean environment. So if everything in your home is clean, is like in the right place, you're going to have the flow of chi or the flow of energy inside your home in order. And that is going to nourish everybody in the house. The other important thing is the internal energy of the home. Before, the sources of energy were basically the things that we put inside the house, but now we have the houses that come with their own energy. For example, the kitchen, the plugs, the bathrooms, the paintings that we have, everything has its own energy. So the electricity within the house, for example, the plugs contaminate. We just have to cover the plugs, or we just can program the energy of the home to be beneficial for us. The Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi also is going to contaminate our energy because these energies have low frequencies. So what we have to do is basically protect ourselves from these energies. Hopefully in the place where you sleep that you don't have Wi-Fi uh, waves while you're sleeping. The bathrooms, we used to go outside to give, like to say, to leave those aspects of ourselves that we don't need. So it was not only like energetically, we were also discharging ourselves when every time that we went to the bathroom. And now we are entering into the bathroom inside our home and usually next to our room. So it is important to close the door because our naturally our body is already taking those things out. Also, the painting, usually the walls are painted, and the painting that it is used could have heavy metals. So it is important that we select like a eco-friendly paint when we are going to paint our home and check the components, the ingredients of the painting, so that it doesn't have plumber and many other heavy metals. Because with the time, out of the wall, it's going to come out these particles that could be a little bit poisonous for us to breathe them. So we need to defend ourselves not only from the external energies of the house, but also from the internal things in the modern houses. But there are ways to do it. Don't worry. I also mentioned the kitchen because when you cook in the kitchen and then maybe something is burning, for example, that you overcooked the meat or you overcook something, that smell of being burned is also, it also contaminates. Usually burning happens when there is guilt about something. So all the elements, that's excess of fire. Everything that happens in your home, for example, if you have a leakage and it's making you pots of water, that is related with the emotions. The same as the house also represents a body, but it is your family body, but it is the physical family body. So whatever it happens to the home, it means that it is also happening in the with the family. If you go to a home and most of the electricity appliances are broken or don't work properly, then there is something wrong with the energy of that family. It can be too much fire. If they, for example, if they just burn and that's why they are not working, it could be so much fire, and so much fire could be so much anger, for example. If there is too much water, maybe someone in the family is suffering. There is a lot of emotionality. If there is a lot of metal, then the house could be very cold and the persons could be distant. So whatever excess of the element at home will represent something. For example, if you put a lot of plants and the plants die, then we're going to have problems in the element of earth. So are things to be analyzed, okay? If you have places that are dark, that are not very illuminated, the best way to illuminate that area is with a crystal. Because sometimes maybe you don't have the electricity point there to put a bulb, or you don't want to spend too much in electricity leaving the area on. And if it happens, it's because you don't have natural light there. So a crystal gives energy, illuminates the area, even though we cannot see it through the physical eye, but it is moving the energy in that area. One of the best recommendations in the Feng Shui is to sleep with the feet to the north, but that's another thing, another topic that we can discuss later longer, and it is how you can select according to your birthday the best place to sleep. There are directions that benefit our energy, but everybody has a particular direction according to the moment that you were born. Feng Shui is a beautiful practice because I think that it combines everything. It combines the numbers, it combines the elements, it combines the crystals, it combines the energy in a very wise and proper way. So this is what we're going to do. Here I have the house design planes, you see, and I'm going to explain you how to apply the Bagua. The Bagua, we're going to put it on top of our plane. That's what we're going to do. So you put the Bagua, you're going to take your planes and you're going to divide in 3 spaces vertical and in 3 spaces horizontally. See if that clear, that representation that I'm making?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, Ali, tell me. You are muted.
See, sorry, can you explain again? We have to divide in how many?
In 3. It's like if you draw a tricky. Have you played tricky?
No.
No, sabes que es un tricky.
So,
So
Adri, I see it. You want a grid of 9, right? So 3 rows and 3 columns.
Exactly.
Okay, a grid of
Grid
9.
of 9. That
Perfect.
is
Yes, yes.
And Adri, do we hold the drawing vertically or horizontally?
Okay, so let me explain that.
Maybe we have to, I think, make tic-tac-toe like those. These
Yes,
ones.
the idea is that the square should have the same size.
Something like this.
Okay, let me see. Exactly, Priyanka, like that. So you're going to take your home and you're going to do that in a square. So for example, in this drawing that we see here, if I put all this grid on top, when I draw the square, you are going to see that this area has nothing. Can you see? This area has nothing. So here I'm going to have a missing chi, missing energy in this area. And let's say that I have a balcony here, a balcony out here. Let's say that I have a balcony here that is going to be out of the grid because the main walls are here. So if I have a balcony here that is going to be out of the main square or rectangle, it's going to be an excess of it, of the aspect that represents that part of the house. So now let's see what do these represent. So the first thing that you have to do is to divide your plane in 2. And that's why I'm asking you to be able to draw. I sent you this in the chat as well, so you can, if we don't do it right now in the class, you can do it later. And I'm going to explain each of the squares in the grid. because it represents an aspect of the energy of our home. So let's start with the career. So Sumi was asking me how we do it. The idea is obviously the planes of your home can vary. This is if this is a perfect square, but usually it is not a perfect square. It is a rectangle or it is an L. If you have an L, then we're going to have like a lot of missing points, right? You have to take the longest walls. That's how you define what is the length or how to use the rectangle on top of the design planes, okay? So the main entrance usually should be at the north, but if your main entrance is not at the north, you can put the Bagua at the main entrance in this way, or you can actually take I forgot to a compass. You can take your compass and see where is the north and apply your Bagua here. I highly recommend that you stand up at the north of your home and you apply the Bagua because the directions have a special energy, have special um, so you can decide if you take your main entrance or if you go to the north of your home and you apply the Bagua. But I recommend that you do it with the geographical points or directions.
Adri, I had a quick question about this. So does it even make any difference which hemisphere you're in, the northern or the southern hemisphere, or is this the rule for anywhere in the globe?
A way to apply it, it doesn't matter, o sea, like as long as you're step on the north. I study Feng Shui in Mexico at the North Hemisphere and also at the South Hemisphere in Argentina. And in
Okay.
both cases, I apply it the same. And I ask actually to my teachers, is it the same? And they say, yes, the
Okay.
same, just
All right.
to the
Thank you.
north. Um, so here we have. So you stand up at the north, and let's say that it is the entrance of your home. So the north, sorry, here is not the northwest, here is the north. Okay. Next. Okay. So here we have the north, and it is going to represent the profession, the career, like the mission of that person, like the work, how this person is going to win his daily life is with his actions. That is part of his mission. This area is of metal, which means that my decoration should be guided with metal or with the mother of metal, that in the case is earth. So I can use both of the elements. Remember that the mother gives birth to the daughter, to the sun element, which will be metal. So earth and metal are welcome in this area. But it is not welcome, for example, water. I should not have at the north of my home a picture with water or leakage or anything that is related with water, or for example, fish I should not have, because that is going to go against my element and is going to create problems in the chi or in the key of my home. And if it is at the north, it is going to affect especially the profession, the career. It also has to do with the personal trips. For example, if you want to travel to some place because it's the call of your heart. So by enhancing with metal this place, and obviously do it consciously, you can create those trips, you can have the profession that you want, the career. The feng shui, it's a little bit old-fashioned in the sense that it favors whatever you do at your home, it favors the man of the house or the person that it is the one that takes the lead in the economical situation. Or like in other terms, in Spanish is going to be machista. But it is for a reason, and it is because that is the person that leads the family. So the good fortune for that person is going to bring the good fortune for all the persons in the family. If you continue from the main entrance to the front of the main entrance, you're going to have the center of the home. Okay, sorry, and I forget to tell you something. The best way, for example, you have to see if in your decoration, the element that predominates is metal or the mother of metal, which in this case is earth, right? And that you don't have too much of other elements that can affect metal. And if you don't want to use decoration, you can use onyx. You can put one onyx in the place at the north of your home, and it is going to favor your profession, your career. You just program it for this, your personal trips, and it is going to help you out with that. If you don't want to put the stones directly into the place, into your home, what you can do is that you leave your grid in the paper with the design planes of your home, and then you put it in that square, and you leave it in a place where nobody's going to touch these energies. And this is going to work as well if you have it like drawn with the stones there, like a crystal grid, or if you go and directly put the stones in the place. Okay? So you can work in both ways. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. You can work in the paper or inside. That's important. Okay. Mm, let's continue to the center. So if we go to the center, we're going to find the most important place in terms of harmony for the family, and it is the place of the health. In the center, it has to be always clean, it has to be always organized. Usually, it will be wonderful if in the center is the dining room, because the dining room is a place where everybody goes and talks and meets. So it's a important place to share. It can also be the living room or the TV lounge, but the centered idea is a place where you meet. Hopefully, it is not a bathroom because you go by yourself to the bathroom. Hopefully, it is not the kitchen because the kitchen is predominantly fire. The idea is that in the center, you have all the elements and the elements balanced in the same way. You don't have like a predominance of water, you don't have a predominance of earth, you don't have a predominance of wind, of fire, nothing. It is balanced, and it will represent the health, the balance, the harmony of the family. And you can enhance the energy of this with a citrine or with gold, with any yellow stone that you program for balance, for health, for harmony in the family. It has to be at the center. And remember, maintain this space always clean. Allow the ki, the chi, the energy that enters through the main entrance, enter and nourish the center. So for example, if I have a main entrance here, a door, and I have a second door for the guest place, and I have a third door, like those three doors followed is like the worst thing in terms of Feng Shui. You shouldn't have three doors followed if it comes with the chi of the main entrance. And if this final door, or if you only have two doors, let's say the main entrance and at the end, a crystal clear door. For example, those houses that open for the pool, right? Like my main entrance, and then I have the living room, and then I have
Yeah,
the
that's what I was gonna
outside
ask.
door.
The clear door, is that okay?
Exactly. That is not good only like that because everything that enters through here is going to come out easily out from the south or from the other side. You have to put things in the center, for example, a round table, something that makes the energy enter and move in waves in order to nourish all the other areas of your home. If you have the main entrance and you have nothing to arrive to the next door, everything is going to move and go out quickly. So that is why it's important to put like furniture or put things that the best way that the energy can move inside your home is entering softly in waves, going around, nourishing each area. That's the best way. And there are places and things that accelerate the energy. Doors, windows, and stairs accelerate the energy. So that's why we have to put things and hopefully round. So remember that the round things are beneficial in the terms of giving and being generous with the energy. Meanwhile, the things that are pointed are dangerous or aggressive. Or if you just have a wall, then it is going to block the entrance of the chi. So it's going to be distributed to the other areas. So you just have to see what you put in order to make the energy stay. Okay? Um, all right. So if we continue right straight forward to the south, we are going to see that this is the element of fire. In the same way that it applies in the little things, it also applies in the big things. For example, Argentina, that it is at the south, it, the people in Argentina is full of fire, the same as in South Africa. The people are full of fire. So the persons like the success, the reputation, the respect, how do the other persons in the community see you is very, very important at the south. Completely different of the countries at the north, that it has to do a lot with your profession, with your career. You are determined in your community for what you do at the north, but you are determined in your community for your reputation, for your fame at the south. So like the same way that it applies in the countries, it applies at your home, basically, in the planet and at the home in little scale. So at the south is going to be the area of lighting, of fame, of success, of reputation, of respect. Uh, and this is an area of that we can balance with a ruby. For example, if you feel that my I don't know, my husband does his best, whatever, my family is a good family we do, but I don't know why people speak about us, or we don't have a good reputation, or we feel that we are not respected, or people don't recognize what we do, whatever, you can enhance that with ruby. Okay. And then let's move to the northwest. So here we have all the west area of the home. At the northwest, we're going to have also the element of metal. At this place, we are going to receive all the energy of the guardians, of the benefactors of our family. For example, it could be our parents, if the parents were agree with our wedding, if they helped us to be together, or maybe if we have persons that loved us, that helps us out. For example, with the bank in order to receive the loan to buy the house. No, it could be a boss of yourself, it could be whoever it is, but this is the energy of how the persons help that help you out your family. It could be a doctor, for example, if that doctor helped you out with your family, and it represents the area of the father. Is the energy of the father. So whatever happens in this area, if this area is balanced, is in harmony, it has a good energy, the father is going to be okay. Okay, and we can represent stimulate it with hematite or with any gray stone. Hematite, magnetite, silver or gray stones. An agate can also work here. Okay, again, at the entrance of the home or at the north, we put onyx. I put onyx here, but you any black stone. Remember that the tourmaline, black tourmaline, is also very good to enter at the entrance, or the smoky quartz, because it also cleans whatever energy enters into the home. Okay, So here we have at the northwest, the guardians, the realization, the benefactors, the helpful people, the area of the father. Okay, so this is clear. And another way of helping out to recognize this energy is, for example, if I put a picture of the father of the home, or if I put a picture of my grandparents who are the benefactors, the ones that made possible this family and all that. You can help out with that. Or hopefully in a silver frame. And that's the intention that you're putting there, no? Like recognizing, being thankful for these benefactors of your family. Let's go to the west. It is also metal. And here we're going to have the children area. In the children area is maybe you don't have children at your family. It also represents everything that you create, any new project. Or it actually represents the area of your children, of the young people of the home. The best way to enhance this area is with a white quartz. This is going to be an area that needs a lot of movement, because in order to activate the creativity, to activate the projects, to you have to have playful approach, you have to have energy, movement, you have to have children's running around, or maybe you don't have children but you have a dog, so that this is a good place to put the dog to move around, um, anything like that, but movement, or you just consciously say, okay, I'm going to walk around that area, because if you have a room that you never use at this place, then your creativity is going to be affected and your projects. So it is important to have movement in here. So what people do, for example, is that they hang out these cylinders that are like instrument. It's an instrument. It's something that you have like 5 or 6 cylinders hanging from the, and with the wind, it's going to move and it's going to sound like ding, dang, ding. I don't know if you have seen these instruments that are sold in the Chinese stores.
Chime.
Wind chime.
Mm-hmm. So if you don't have movement, you can put one thing like that in order to create the metal, to have the metal element, to create the movement in order to activate your creativity and your projects. And also you can put a white quartz. Okay. And then we have the southwest. The southwest represents the mother, the area, o sea, like it is going to be your area. So if you want to be okay in your family, respected, have a balanced energy with the father, that it is at the northwest, you need to have a wonderful space here. How to activate it? With rose quartz. Why with rose quartz? Because the energy of the mother is love, is something that needs to balance. The element is earth, so you can put um, flower pots, you can put plants, you can put anything that, for example, if you draw a picture or if you draw a portrait, you can have with mountains, or if you like to frame pictures, remember that the element of earth needs to be very present. Earth and mother represents the base of the pyramid of the home, represents the good soil, the one that gives stability to the home. And this area has to do with everything that has to do with relationships with the family, with associations or good projects, the marriage, so how you're doing in the marriage, um, the relationships among the two leaders of the family has to do with this area. So remember to have a good space at the southwest of your home, a space where basically is your own space. Very feminine, with a pinkish decoration, with things that represent love, that represent a couple, marriage, a good fortune. Also, it represents the teachings, like the mother is the one that educates, is the one that really passes most of the information to her legacy, to the children, to the things to come. So, so this is a space for that. Also for teaching. For example, if you want to speak about something that you fight in the dining room or something, take the person to the southwest and speak in a loving way here. It's going to help. Like you have the forces of the direction helping you out in a loving way. Okay, this is clear, all the west area and all the centers area.
Yes.
All right, so let's move on to the east.
Yes.
At the east, we have the northeast. And remember, the east is where the sun comes, right? And then at the west is where the sun comes down. So here is going to be in the morning, the sun in all this area. That sun at the northeast is going to bring you wisdom, knowledge, is your self-cultivation, is the perfect place to have your office, for example, or the place where you study or where you read or where you learn, because it is going to be the good, yes, the energy is good for that. And not only like the knowledge that you can get because of your mental process, but your self-cultivation. So for example, a place for meditation is also going to be here. And how we can enhance the area of this place with lapis lazuli or with sapphire. This is a blue place, so you can also decorate with blue, but not with water, because this is an element of earth, okay? And water will affect earth. So it is a place that even though the color blue can be a little bit predominant, it should not be too much blue that it represents more like a navy room, okay? Then we have the east. The east, the element is wood and everything that grows with the sun, okay? And here is the area of the family, of the ancestors, of the community. And here we can balance the energy with an emerald. So this is also a perfect spot to have your dining room, the place of the family. Also to have the kitchen, but if you have the kitchen, then we have to be careful because the fire burns the wood. And the kitchen definitely represents fire. The best way for the kitchen is here at the south, but it's very difficult that the kitchen is located at that place. So what we can do is balance the energy of the fire, for example, with mirrors. That's a good way to stop the fire, or to paint with red something to stop like the element of fire too much, you know? Or try to put a lot of elements of wood to dominate the kitchen with utensils of wood, with things of wood, in order to have like a stronger wood element rather than the fire element that is the natural um, element of the kitchen. Not only about the family and our ancestors, but also the community helping you out. So the neighbors, it's an excellent place to also have the living room. So if somebody comes to visit you and you want to build community and good friends and everything, take them to this area of your home. And then we have the southeast, sorry. In the southeast, it is also an element of wood. Is the place where we're going to have wealth, prosperity, all the abundance, all the blessings that we receive from Mother Earth. Is like the personal value, like in monetary terms today, is where you have your abundance, okay? And this is not with the rose quartz, this is with the amethyst, because it's the purple space. Here is the amethyst. If it's with Y or with I. But that is the stone that it is going to help you out that. So please, if I send you that, make that correction because it's amethyst at this place, okay? So here I explain all that. So the purple is the wealth, and we're going to do it with amethyst. The fame, the red, we're going to do it with the ruby. The marriage, we're going to do it with the pink quartz and the space also of the mother. The children's, we're going to do it with white quartz or with selenite. And it has to do also with the projects. In the middle, it has to do with the health well-being, with the harmony of your home, and we're going to do it with the yellow citrine or with gold. For example, every time that I lose like one ring, like one earring, I don't throw it. I take that one earring alone now to do my Feng Shui activations in different places. Family, it has to do with green, so we're going to use the emerald or green quartz. The self-knowledge and cultivation, it's blue, so we're going to do it with the sapphire or the lapis lazuli. The career is with the black, so we're going to do it with onyx or with black tourmaline or smoky quartz. And the helpful people, we're going to do it with hematite, magnetite, any gray stone or silver. So that's the way that we enhance the different areas in our home. If you have 2 levels, you have to do the Feng Shui in both of the levels, and it is going to be different. You're going to have 2 places that are good for the father, 2 places that are good for the mother, but you will have to do it different. And always remember, the center is the most important, and in the center we have to put the 5 elements, the 4 elements, because the ether you don't have to put it. Basically, the air just comes, but that is the way. I would like to know if you have questions up to here. Yes,
Plenty of
Brianna, go ahead.
questions.
Plenty of questions. Yes, it's the moment. Go ahead.
Okay. So remember you said there's no home that's going to be a perfect square. So mine's like a long rectangle with like a garage protruding out. So are you going to get to that part where you remember you said if there's a balcony, then there's, you know, all this there, or there's like it's not like perfect. And if there's an indentation, then what do we do with the energy there? Are you going to talk about that?
Um, this is a small introduction with something practical.
Okay.
So Feng Shui is very deep, and there are many cures that you can do, many healings that you can do for the energy. But if you have that situation that is a long rectangle with for example, the garage coming out, that is going to be an excess. The good thing of the crystals is that they balance the energy according to what it is needed. It's like the Reiki. They are intelligent. So it's not something, so like you need to balance the energy of this space. You just leave the crystal there, and the how is like not our business, or is something that we are never going to understand, but the crystals do them by themselves. So that is something great to work with the crystals. If you consciously know that you have a lack of something, for example, I have a hole like I show you here. Let me see. For example, here I have a bathroom, right? And when I put this little missing part is going to be a missing part in my marriage, or in the area of the mother. And this part here is going to be a little bit missing part, a big higher than the one that in the second square, in the area of the children. So we have 2 missing areas in this part. So what I can do is that I put my crystals in order program to compensate that missing part. My rose quartz here and my white quartz here, or my selenite here in the children's area, to compensate that area. The other thing that you can do is working with the elements. So for example, the element of marriage is earth, right? The element of the mother is earth. So I have this missing area, and I can see it visually in the external area where this is missing. I can put a plant, for example. And the children, the element is metal. So maybe I can put a decoration of metal here in the area that is missing. And what is my intention? Consciously, I am telling the energy that I don't have any missing area, because I'm actually using it. I'm not sure if it will be possible, because if this is an apartment, you actually have a hall. If this is a home, you have a floor where you can actually move that. But if this is an apartment, there are things that I can use as decorations. For example, here's something of metal to intentionally say, okay, I have a lack of it, but I'm going to put a little bit more of this in order to compensate that. And those are like the type of healings, of cures that we apply in Feng Shui with decoration. If you are missing, If you have an excess, like in this case, right? Excesses are not bad per se. Actually, it can be good things because you have, for example, the knowledge self-cultivation area, and you have like a lot of self-cultivation and knowledge. So it's basically what you have to do is like give thanks. So I consciously understand that I have more energy in this area, and if this is not balancing, or for example, if I have excess here but I have lack here, maybe that it's like a I am focusing too much my attention towards this side, so I need to compensate. But in this case, that I have normally helpful people travel, normally career, and this is only an excess of knowledge and self-cultivation, I just give thanks and I appreciate that gift. So that's how we work with that, with those the excess and the missings. With the excesses, don't worry too much. With the missings, try to compensate. I don't know if I answer your question or if you have more questions about that.
You did. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. More questions.
Auntie, can I ask something? I can't switch on my camera for a reason. I don't know what's happening. Um,
Okay.
I want to ask you, like you said, there are like we have two levels. So then the one chart applies for one level and the same chart applies for the second level, the same grid.
Yes, we have to do it 2 times. Yes, up and down.
Two grids, right? Yeah, okay.
Exactly, 2 grids.
Got it. That's what I wanted to ask. Because what I did now, I made the whole thing as one grid. But now two levels is two grids.
Yes,
All right.
2 levels is 2 grids. For example, in the house that I had in Argentina, I had 2 levels, and I find out that the center, at the bottom level, was the dining room. No problem, always clean. In the second floor, it was my daughter's room. Always a disaster. And actually, because I only lived 1 year and it has to do with the pandemic, and because we didn't have any person who helps us out with the process of cleaning, so it was myself and giving responsibility to the children that they have to do their own, speak up their own stuff and all that. And she always go and throw the things and close the closet or something, but if you open, everything will fall into you. Or she had her room closed because it was always the everything. And I find out that we were really not having harmony. So during the period of quarantine, we struggle a lot. So no more. You just have to organize your room, Sophie. The things have to be here. From now on, let's put. Actually, I had to tell her to put her toys in another place outside of her room, more like in the living room that represent another area, the area of children, and organize there, because your room especially has to be absolutely clean because it is the center of all this. And that helped us out. So like something, the great things with Feng Shui is that when you consciously know that you're moving your energy with something very little, with decoration, with just organizing, with just obviously the first principle of Feng Shui is never stay at home with things that you don't use, or things that are old, or with things that are broken that they don't work, because that is going to affect the chi of your family. So if you balance something, if you just change one thing, if you just change this furniture, this sofa to this place, and so the energy is moving differently, you are going to face the changes very quickly. So only by organizing and reestablish the harmony in that area, it helped us as a family a lot. Other thing is that usually you are during the day in the first floor, and during the night or in the areas of sharing more in the second floor. So remember that there is an area, the area of the family, that is going to be, hopefully, it's going to be the place of encountering, of sharing. So you as a mother, you can try to take the people to that area at night, or to that area in the second floor or in the first floor. What it is important is that you identify what are the most important, according to the directions, the places that are better for whatever you want to do, you know? If you want to communicate, build community, strong strength, the Bless the laces among your family. Take them to this area of the family. Take them to share time and space in this area. So it's basically whatever you want to do with that in a conscious way. More questions? No? There is another way to play with the crystals at home. And I don't know if you remember my home in South Africa. I used to do with the crystals in each of the areas crystal grids. How do you make a crystal grid? The crystal grid is a shape. Remember that each shape represents something, represents an element. For example, the triangle represents fire. The square represents earth. The circle represents the totality, or ether, we can say. The hexagon represents the water. So with whatever I wanted to enhance, for example, if I wanted to give more strength to my marriage, I go to the room that represents the marriage. That can be your room, or that can be, according to this grid that we just made, another place. And I created a circle. Why a circle? Because I wanted to protect. Circles are also protection. Are this energy that is feminine, that is also generous. And I created a circle in order to maintain and to protect that area with the crystals. So I just put in one corner, and another corner, and another corner. In the place where I used to heal, that was the place that we took the lessons. I had, for example, 4 emeralds in the different cardinal points. So I just stand up in the room and I say, okay, where is the north? Okay, so this is the north point. So I put an emerald there, and in the south, at the east, and at the west. Why? And I create a grid. I took my crystal clear, the one that has the point, and I just unite it, like with my mind and with the point. I say, okay, now you are going to concentrate in a square, because it is the element of earth that represents manifestation, whatever it happens in this reality that we live in. And the quartz were programmed for healing. So the idea is that whoever enters into that room shifts a little bit in consciousness, receive the healing that that person needs. So I was creating a space of healing by putting these 4 emeralds at the 4 cardinal points, making this grid of Mother Earth, and healing in the physical aspect, now in manifestation. So your creativity is welcome to whatever thing you want to do. Remember, the shapes have an energy that represents an element. This had to do with the Platonic solids. This has to do with the things that we have seen before. Maybe I thought that we were not going to have time, but maybe just explain you a little bit of the shapes of your crystals. Here, for example. This is called a gyoda.
Actually, I can't see the presentation.
You can't see the presentation?
No.
Let me see if I share again.
Me neither.
Stop sharing. But you can see the other friends? Can you see Priya?
Yeah, I can see the rest of them. Yes. I can see you, I can see Priya, I can see.
Okay. Can you see now?
No, I can see Barbara now.
But you can see the presentation. Okay. Let's
Yeah,
switch
now I
it.
can see. I can see now.
Yes.
You can see now?
No, but it's gone again.
Okay.
It's gone again.
It's gone again. Let me see.
The rest of you can see the presentation.
No, it's blank for me.
I can see
Now
it
I can see it.
now.
Yeah,
I
it's
can
back.
see now.
It's come now.
Okay. So this is called a gyoda. This is something that is still connected to Mother Earth. And you see, you have many egg crystals there. These things are great to clean spaces. For example, in the hospitals, in the airports, where many people come pass by that have bring all type of different energy. These are great to clean the energy of a space. The same as spheres. For example, if you have a sphere, because these are the ones that more emanate energy through all the directions. If you have a sphere in the middle of the room, you can make sure that it is giving energy to all of the room. And here we have the pointed crystals to all the directions. So that's why they are very strong in terms of enhancing or cleaning the energy of a space. Also to charge other crystals. So we can call it the mother, no, because it's still attached like to Mother Earth, we can say. So you can put the other crystals on top. And this is going to help you a lot. Eggs, for example, balance the feminine and the masculine energy. So for example, in the Toltec tradition, they carved the obsidian like the shape of an egg. And they are going to clean that, for example, use those obsidian eggs to clean the sexual energy. Whatever, for example, if the person had passed through a violation, a rape, or something like that, the way of healing it is with the obsidian egg. You can Google that. There is many therapies with eggs regarding the sexual energy. And also, for example, if you deem that at your home the predominant energy is masculine or is yours or very feminine, and there is not a balance, remember that whoever dominates is not good. The best way is that both forces are balanced. So you can put some eggs in different rooms or in the room that you think that you most share or where you sleep, in order to balance the feminine and the masculine energy. In a home, for example, where you only have male kids or male children. So you are the mother and you have 2 sons and you have also your father. So most of the plans are, let's go to, I don't know, play soccer. Let's watch the basketball game. Let's play golf. And the mother doesn't find like a space to share about her things. It's good to put an egg because the house is very male dominant. Or in the opposite cases where you have 2 daughters and there is only one man, the man of the house. Obviously that man is very spoiled, but it is also a predominance of feminine energy, and that can also affect like the whole family. So it is good to balance the energy with an egg. Okay. The obelisk, as you find here, is a shape that concentrates power. So it is going to channel, if you see, it has a pyramid at the top, and then it has all these that concentrates the energy until it touches the ground, and then it propagates to the rest of the cardinal points. What happens with these obelisks is that they are going to be as they represent power, they're going to be in the places where there is more power. For example, if you see, there is an obelisk in the Vatican, there is an obelisk in Washington, D.C., there is an obelisk in Buenos Aires, at the government. This is something that shows power in a very malish way. It's a figure that concentrates all the masculine energy. And the excess of this shape could be basically too much domination. So it is not a friendly shape, completely different to the sphere or to the egg. Okay. But obviously, if you want to a person that it is weak, that doesn't believe in herself or something, an obelisk is going to be a good shape for helping that person out to recuperate her power. The orgonites are pyramids. The pyramid is something that channels the energy and distributes it to the lands, for example. So it is said that also the pyramid of Giza, the pyramids also channeled energy and help to give good ki or good chi to all the fields that were around the Nile to help the crops grow and everything, because it was channeling the energy from the sky and distributing them to all the territory. So the pyramids are points where you can concentrate light, and anything that you do under a pyramid, it is going to be like multiplied in terms of energy. That's why a, a roof with this shape is going to be very good in a home. If you have a roof that it is like a pyramid shape, do things under this roof. Is going to help you out a lot. It is channeling the energy and downloading the energy in concentration for what you are going to do, and obviously propagate that energy channel from the sky to all the places of the home. Uh, this is a way of working. The crystal grids is a way of working in different spaces for different purposes, but that's another topic and it is too long to touch today. So how are we doing up to here with the shapes of the crystals?
Good.
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 I will put some eggs in my house.
Okay, great. That's very good. Yes, if you want to something to be burned, something to, yes, to new at your life, for example, the best place to put it is at the children's, right? Because that's where you are growing with your new projects, with your new things. And for example, because last year it was a difficult year, let's say, in the sense of that things were like frozen, and like, yes, I did certain things, but I had like, I was like a little bit stuck in certain aspects. I say, no, okay, I'm going to move the energy to rebirth, to have like something different. So I activate a crystal in the area of children in my home. But I think I did it too much, because what happened is that I changed the country. I wanted to activate it. I completely rebirthed too much. The
In the
purpose
same place you were born.
exactly. I completely start a new life in this in this another country with so yes, so it can be a little bit too much sometimes apply the feng shui with crystals but get to know what you're doing. I wanted to share also that with you. But it's good to do the things consciously, you know? You connect better with the energy of your home, you connect better with the energy in each room. For example, you think every time that you enter into a room and say, how is the flow of energy here? Remember that we did that exercise in Reiki too? We went to the different homes, we see how we feel here. So, how is the energy of my son? How is the energy of my dog? How is the energy of my kitchen? What I need to arrange here? What is not working here, why it is not working, what is the emotion that is attached to that, what is the conflict within the family that is attached to that, and whatever you feel that your family is stuck with, you know, oh, we work a lot but we don't have a good reputation, or we work a lot and we are not abundant, or we work a lot and we don't have family time. Whatever you face in this, with Feng Shui, you can help you out with the stones in a very, very easy way. You just program your stone, you just go to the place, you put it there, or you put it on top of the design planes. So I hope that you have liked the information. I don't know if you have more questions. You can do it, and maybe when you do it, you have more questions. So the chat is going to keep being active, and I would love that you write what you feel, what you perceive. And I also would love if you would like to write in the Facebook page that I have one comment of how what did you think about this course, virtual or the ones that you took in South Africa with me. If you can please help me out filling references in my webpage, I will appreciate. I will send the link.
Sure, sure. We'll surely do that.
Okay. More questions, more comments. How do you think you can do it at home? Do you think it's easy to do it with this explanation?
I was more keen on working with crystal and water, so that for the self healing and
But with that is what is the way that I already explained you, so that we don't need to work a little bit more with that. You already know what the crystals are for, or at least the ones that I explained to
yes.
you. You have that information, and you just program your water with the crystal, and you drink it every morning, and you start consciously try to reach those shifts, those changes.
So Adri, what are the stones that cannot be used in water? Uh, like
Okay,
hmm,
selenite cannot be used because it will
it
melt.
melts.
Mhm.
Okay,
Sapphire is not good to use it inside the water, as well as lapis lazuli, because they have heavy metals like titanium. Okay,
okay,
the same as ruby. Ruby, don't put it inside the water,
okay,
and neither emerald. The
okay.
only of the precious stones that you can put into water is
Rose quartz.
no, no, yes, but talking about the precious stones are diamond, emerald, ruby, and
Right.
sapphire, like among the top four. The only
Okay,
one that you can put is diamond. The other
okay,
three you cannot because
okay,
they all have very potent chemical elements. So among
okay.
the precious stones, only diamond, okay?
Perfect.
And of the other crystals that are not precious stones, for example, uh, you can put everything that is quartz. So it is rose quartz, clear quartz, amethyst, um, everything that has to do with silica, you can put inside.
Okay, okay, Adri, I got it.
Don't put aquamarine. Aquamarine also has beryl, and beryl can be, it's another metal that can be a little bit heavy. Mm, but just search the chemical composition, and if you see that it has basically silica is
Mm-hmm.
not toxic, and it is like everything that it is called quartz. So for example, smoky quartz, green quartz, white quartz, all of them you can put inside the water. And
Okay,
then you have a huge variety. Citrine, amethyst are quartz.
okay,
Okay.
okay, Adri. So the size doesn't matter. Whatever the size is, I can use for I can use it in the water.
Okay,
Small, big.
Maria. Thank you, Maria. Bye. Sorry, Priyanka.
Yeah.
Tell me.
So size doesn't matter when you put in the water. It can be small, it can be medium, it can be big.
Exactly. It
Okay.
doesn't matter. Mhm.
Adi, I just broke where you were explaining that what the sizes of the crystal matters and how it does it help. So I bought one of the crystal with on Amazon which has this pyramid, which is pyramid shape. How can I use that? Which has like different stones inside, and then there is a spiral thing, and which is covered into a pyramid shape, which
Okay,
is
so it is like an organite.
yeah, kind of.
For example, if you put your water, right? You program your water, and then you put like a glass to cover the jar or the glass,
Okay,
and then
okay,
on top you put that pyramid.
okay,
That will help a lot to charge the energy of the water.
okay,
So that's one way of using it. Or you can put that in a place where you would like to harmonize the energy. So you want to balance the energy in your bedroom. So you just put it in the bedroom in a special place where you say, okay, here I consciously want to balance the energy, or in the
okay,
living room, or in the kitchen, or to enhance the energy of the food. So you can go and take these to the kitchen and say consciously, I'm going to use you for nourish us in a best way.
okay, okay, great,
So
great.
just
I
take a good
remember,
purpose and use it well.
Thank
I
you, thank you so
remember,
much, Ashley.
Agri,
Hmm.
you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I remember once I bought organite. I bought organite for my house in Bryanston. And I put it in the entry, and I had a plants, but all my plants always die. in this area. I don't know why. So I decided to put it this organized in this area with the plant in the entry with all the plants, and the plants put it super nice and grow up very healthy and very nice. And the first time my orchid give flowers. I
Wow.
had I don't know how
Great.
many years and never get me flowers. Just when I'm just try it. I will put it here and we will see what happens. And my plants come begins to grow up, and my orchid gives flowers and everything. I say that works. That really works.
How nice.
Great testimony, Rose. Thank you. Okay, ladies. So if there are no more questions, or there is another question right before
No.
we leave,
No.
I want to thank you a lot for participating in this workshop. I want to thank you a lot to be here, to listen, to see your faces. I miss you. Hope that the life continues uniting us in a way. And yeah, for the
It
ones
was a
that are not
wonderful class,
breaking,
Adri. It was
sorry?
a wonderful, it was a wonderful class, Adri, with learning about so much of so much about the stones and energy and the way they heal. And I feel very attracted to stone crystals. So it was a wonderful class completely.
Yes, this is just the introduction. There are many things, many other things to cover, like the master crystals, the crystals grids, many other things to cover, but
Hmm.
difficult in very short period of time.
Right.
But it's a universe. Like if you start liking crystals, you can find books, you can Google, just every time that a crystal calls your attention, just find about it and you will see how you are going to start learning a lot.
Mm.
Thanks, Adri. I may ask you some questions later on the chat. I mean, I
Yes,
just want to do the whole grid thing. I want to do it all over again, and then I will ask you.
You know,
exactly.
Adri, there is a very, very famous study in India which is known as Vastu Shastra. So they study the same way. They divide the house in that nine equal parts, and then they say this is southeast, this is southwest, this is east, this is north, and then the prayer should be placed here, the master bedroom should be here. So I felt it very. I could relate. It is so similar. It
Oh, it's
is
Vastu like this, Priyanka.
exactly like this. Vastu
Ah,
study is they divide into nine parts your house, and then they tell you this is the water area, this is the prayer area, this is the fire area where the kitchen should be. So yeah, my mom used to believe a lot in Vastu, so I know little bit of Vastu.
I
okay.
that would be great if you write in the chat again how is called the practice in India, so I
I
can
will do
also
that.
learn from it and see
Sure,
if
I will do
they are
that. And
similar and
Adri,
everything.
there are few couple of things which, if you apply, like I'll tell you a small thing, just I'll take a minute. So in Vastu Sas, there is a particular place where you keep your jewelry, your money, and you will see that it grows by time.
Wow.
Whatever amount you keep, it is safe and it grows. So, so few
Priyanka,
things.
please tell me where to keep this in my house.
Put it on the chat, Priyanka. Where do you
South.
keep it?
Yeah, please, important. Tell us. These are very important things.
So it is
Very.
southwest corner. Any place in southwest corner. That is
Southwest. Please
yes,
put it on
that
the
is the
chat, no?
treasure. That is the treasure place.
Wonderful. Thank you. See, you see, a lot of things to learn, ladies. Please share.
I'll do, Adri, I'll do.
Okay, thanks, Adri. I'm going to log off too.
Yeah, same. Thank
Okay.
you, Adri.
Thank you,
Thank
Adri.
you.
Bye.
Thank you
Have a
Bye.
all.
good
Take
day.
care.
You.
Bye.
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 Thank
Bye
you.
bye.